Hi, how are you? I'm Chef Tom, and this is the Cardinal Cafe at Manual Career Technical Center. Today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to create some beautiful Cobb salads. We're going to do a vegetarian and a regular. The vegetarian Cobb salad is just in case you're not a meat eater, but in this case, on our carnivorous one, we're going to be using fat. And we went ahead and we cooled the under 41 degrees so that we know it's not in the danger zone. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our dressing first. So today we're just going to make a real easy white wine vinaigrette. We're going to start with some real nice white wine vinegar. We're looking for about a half a cup, okay? Get our white wine vinegar in there. We're going to go ahead with our fresh herbs. We're going to use lemon juice from about a half a lemon. And we always squeeze this up into our hand so that while the lemon juice goes into your hand, the seeds stay on top of the lemon. We're going to put a little garlic in there. Then we're going to go ahead with our olive oil. And a good part of today's show is about kitchen gadgets, and we've got some pretty neat gadgets to show you. First one's just going to be a simple pepper grinder. Getting some fresh ground black pepper in there. And now that we have all of our ingredients in our dressing, we're going to go ahead with our immersion blender and just whip this up a little. And it is that simple to make a really great, really fresh white wine vinaigrette dressing. Now you notice we didn't chop our herbs or anything when we threw them in there. That's because our immersion blender chops everything up for us. It's a good looking dressing. So our next thing that we're going to use is our head of lettuce. We're just going to bust out that core. Then we're going to take, using our really sharp knife, we're just going to give this a quick chop. Now, if you see, you look at this head of lettuce has a lot of rust in it. Okay, that's something we can't see when we first start. Okay? So, instead of just cutting into it that way, we're going to have to go in and take off a few sections of leaf that are nice and clean, and then get rid of these few rusty leaves that are in here. There. And we'll just get rid of that rusty stuff, and we'll go ahead and we'll chop up the rest. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put this lettuce right in our salad spinner. Once we have our lettuce in there, we're going to get a little cool water in there. We bring the top back to our salad spinner, and then we're just going to give it a run around. Now, centrifugal force is forcing the water out of the lettuce. We're going to take off our cover, and it's a lot like the spin cycle in a wash machine at home. So we've got our lettuce, and you can see that water, all that water came out of the lettuce. We're going to grab a couple of plates here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our lettuce on plates to start our salads here. And the thing is, with a Cobb salad, well, you just need enough lettuce for a good base. Because the fact of the matter is that there's so many toppings on a Cobb salad that you really don't want to overload this plate. So, while we are starting our Cobb salad, I'm going to grab a towel and wipe up just a little here, because a clean workspace is important. Your space has to be clean to get the job done right. So, let's go ahead and clean off our knife. Now, for our next gadget, we're going to use a zester. We're going to make these cucumbers look like $1 million. Take your zester and just peel it down. And just keep on doing that all the way around the cucumber. And you're going to see when we get done that it has a really cool effect when you go to slice your cucumbers. Okay? I'm going to set that guy aside. We're going to cut off our top and our bottom. And now we're going to take and we're just going to work all of this peeling off of here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of this. And then we're going to take our cucumber and we're just going to cut it lengthways. Okay? And then we're going to take and do a little bias cut. Okay, and we can take this cucumber and we can start this on either side of our salad for our beginning for both salads, okay? Because even though one is a vegetarian and one has meat, we're going to want to have some nice vegetables on the one with meat as well. We want to try and keep everything inside the rim of our plate. Now, on our vegetarian salad, we'll probably go with some nice corn next. And then we're going to want to jump in with some black beans. Black beans are a really great source of protein. Still trying to keep everything in that rim, keep nice straight lines. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut up some grape tomatoes. And you only need about 6 or 8 grape tomatoes on your salad. And then we're going to clean up an avocado and we're going to put some blue cheese on there. And then we'll get our dressing together and that will be the vegetarian salad. Just get these tomatoes here down on this edge like this. Very nice. We'll get our blue cheese on there. There we go. Now, a lot of vegetarians will eat shrimp on their Cobb salad. These are what's known as a pescatarian. And quite honestly, I don't like shrimp on my vegetarian salad. I find it to be a little shellfish. So, going forward, we're going to go ahead and get our containers for our dressing and our dressing itself. And we're just going to pour the dressing right in there. You have a beautiful, very fresh herb vinaigrette that we just made. We're just going to get that right onto the edge of the plate. And we'll switch out our plates. And we'll start working on our regular Cobb salad. We'll go ahead and get some tomatoes cut for it. Okay, we'll get these over on this side. And just a couple more little tomatoes. These are grape tomatoes. You can use cherry tomatoes, whole tomatoes diced. You can use just about anything you want. But the fact of the matter is that this is what I like. The Cobb salad originally came to being in 1937 from the Brown Derby in Hollywood, California. The owner of the Brown Derby, it said, had a particularly long day of work, and by the time he got done, everything was kind of put away. And so he went to the walk-in refrigerator and found what he could find, and actually once he ate it, he realized he really loved it and it needed to be on the menu. And they actually wound up calling it the Cobb salad after William Howard Cobb. There's our shrimp up on there, looking good. We're going to get some nice bacon. Give that a little chop, nice big pieces of bacon. And put that on right next to our shrimp. We're going to go ahead and open up an avocado. Now, when you are cutting an avocado, you need to be intensely careful. Avocados tend to be a little slippery, and that part right there where you take that pit out, that's the point where most people usually cut themselves. You have to be intensely careful when cutting an avocado. A lot of people will dice it right inside the skin. Myself, I prefer to peel the skin right off like this so that I'm not risking that knife going right through the skin and into my hand. Okay, we're going to take this avocado and we're just going to start laying it on right by our tomatoes. And then we've got some of this beautiful spatchcock chicken that we did earlier. We're just going to put this right up on here, right by these cucumbers and shrimp. And now our last thing is going to be some Danish blue cheese. This blue cheese is a little on the salty side and a little on the briny side. So with all the mild flavors in this salad, this blue cheese is really going to bring everything to life. You can use any kind of cheese you want in a Cobb salad. I really like the blue cheese. So our last thing is to go ahead and get our dressing. And we're going to put that on the side. And you can see how absolutely delicious that dressing looks. Nice herbs in it. So, you know, we get to this point and we think, what if there's not enough stuff on that salad and we want one more thing? How about some eggs? Now we can go ahead and we can chop our eggs, or we can do the easiest thing in the world. We can just grab our grater and a hard-boiled egg and run it through. Super fast. Your egg comes out extra fine. Wait till you see this. Look at that. And then you just take one of your spoons, take your egg, and just kind of go down around this edge with it. How about that? Try and keep everything inside the edge of the plate and keep your plate nice and clean. Is your vegetarian and your traditional Cobb salad. Come back and see us again.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun, and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor, and being an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
Hello and welcome back to PE with Coach K, also known as Physical Education. I am glad to have you back. As you can see, we are outside. It feels wonderful out today, so I hope when you're watching this video that it is nice outside as well. And for this segment, you see in my hand a jump rope. Yes, we are going to learn how to jump rope. Everybody assumes, depending on your age or if you play a sport, that you know how to jump rope. Everybody doesn't know how to jump rope. It takes coordination and it takes a lot of cardiovascular endurance to be able to jump rope. So in this first segment, I am going to teach you a couple of simple steps that helped me in my experience of learning how to jump rope. So first thing I want you to have is I want you to have a water bottle just handy next to you if you are outside, just so you can stay hydrated throughout this segment. We don't want anybody passing out during this time. So make sure you stay hydrated and have some water next to you. Next, we're going to go through a little warm-up of the body because jumping rope consists of a full body workout. And it is very good for your heart because it's cardiovascular endurance involved. So let's just go ahead. If you have a rope, you can go get your rope. Make sure you have it right next to you. But we're going to warm up first. So if you need to pause the video, get your water bottle, grab your rope, and then we'll get started. So first thing that we're going to warm up is our wrists. And we're warming up our wrists because when we're jumping rope and using the rope, we want to make sure that we use our wrists to turn, not our arms. We don't want to do big circles with our arms. It's all in the wrist. So let's just go ahead, take your wrist, roll it out, going outways, and then you can reverse, going back out, and then reverse. Now I want you to take your arm or your hand, pull your fingers back. You don't want to pull them back too far where it starts to hurt, but you want to pull them back far enough to where you're feeling a stretch in your wrist. Then we're going to do the same thing with the other hand. Pull your fingers back. And make sure you breathe as well. Sometimes we can kind of hold our breath when we're stretching, but you want to make sure that you keep the blood flowing through your body at all times. Now, put your hand down like you're showing somebody your fingernails or a ring, and then pull your fingers back. This will continue to stretch the wrist. Just hold it for a couple of seconds. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Don't pull it back too far. You don't want to hurt yourself. You're just stretching. And go ahead and shake them out. Shake them up. Shake them out to the side. Shake them down low. And hopefully your wrist is warmed up. All right, we're going to stretch our legs out just a little bit before we get started. What I want you to do is I want you to grab your right leg, or you can start with your left. Bring your foot to your bottom. Keep your knee close. So this is what it looks like in the front. Sideways, you want to make sure your knee is close to your leg. Pull it back. We're stretching our quads. Just hold it for a couple of more seconds. And if your foot doesn't go all the way back, it's fine. As long as you feel a stretch in the front part of your leg. Turn to the other side to do your left. Get your foot, bring it behind you. Keep your knee in, don't have your knee out. So as you can see from the front and from the side. Hold it a little longer. And then drop. All right, so give it a good shake. Shake your arms out, your wrists, your legs, your feet. And then we're ready to go. So grab your rope. Grab both ends of the rope. I'm going to go over a couple of basic steps that's going to help us learn how to jump rope. Now with my rope, it's too long for me because I'm short. So adjust the rope the way you need to that helps you. So I'm going to roll it one time around my wrist and then grab. So we're going to start with the rope behind us. So it should be right behind you, dangling at your ankles, the back of your ankles. First thing we want to practice is just using our wrists to turn the rope. So all you're going to do, turn the rope and then catch the rope with your feet. So your toes come up so you can catch it and hold. Okay? So we're going to do it 5 times just so we can get used to that motion of rotating our wrists and catching it with our feet. So let's go ahead and start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn, catch, then just step over. That's 1. Turn, catch, step over. Oop, that is 2. Turn and catch, step over. 3. Turn and catch. That is 4. Turn and catch. That is 5. Okay. Next step. So first step, just a review. We turned, catch with our feet or with our toes. We just lift them up slightly off the ground just to get used to the rotating of the wrist and catching with the feet. Second step we are going to do is we're going to turn and then simply just step over. So once the rope touches the ground, that's your cue to step over. Okay, we'll do that 5 times as well, just so we can get in the hang of stepping over the rope. So let's go ahead and get ready. Remember, use your wrist, not your full arm. Okay, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to turn, step over. That's 1. Turn, step over. That is 2. Turn, step over. 3. We have 2 more. Turn, step over. 4, and last one. Make it good. Turn and step over. Easy peasy. Okay, moving on to the next step. Step 3. Instead of stepping over, we're gonna add a little hop because we are jumping rope. So we kind of want to hop a little bit just so we can get the hang of it once we actually learn how to jump rope. So just like in step 2, remember each step will prepare you for the next. So in step 2, we turn and we just stepped over. In step 3, you're going to turn, let the rope hit the ground, and hop over. So from the side, turn, hop over. So the rope should end up behind you when you hop over. So make sure you're hopping over it, not on top of it. So we'll do that 5 times as well. So go ahead and get started. Have the rope in your hands ready to go. Try not to have your hands too far away from your body. Keep them close. Remember, we are using our wrists, not our arms. Okay, are we ready? And we are turning, hopping over, turning, and just hop over. That's 2. Turn, hop over. That's 3. Turn, hop over. That's 4. Last one. Turn and hop over. Okay. Now, if you need to go back to step 1 or step 2 or step 3, you can always go back just to practice a little bit more before you move on to the next one. So as we are moving on to step 4, we're going to actually jump. So we're going to pick our feet up just a little bit higher and our knees up a little bit. So when we do it, rope always starts behind us. If we're going forward, you're going to turn and then jump over. Turn, jump over. Turn and jump over. So instead of hopping over where we're hopping forward, once the rope touches the ground, we're going to jump over. Now you can go slow because we're just practicing before we get started. And jump. Turn and jump. So let's do that 5 times. If you need to take your time or go back to step 1 or 2 or 3, you do what's best for you, okay? So we'll do it 5 times, turning and jumping over. I'll do it sideways so you can see. We're going to start in 5. Get your rope ready. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We turn, let the rope hit, and then jump over. Turn, let the rope. That's 2. Turn, let the rope hit. Jump over. That's 3. Turn, let the rope hit, then jump. That's 4. Last one, we turn, let the rope touch the ground, and then jump over. So when the rope touches the ground, you want to sweep it behind you so the rope ends up behind you and you're not stepping and jumping over the rope. So once again, if you want to do that again, we're turning, let the rope touch, and then jump over. We'll do it one more time. Turn, very slow, let it touch, and jump over. So you can always go back to step 1, step 2, step 3, or step 4. But I'm going to take it up a notch for those that kind of get the hang of it and they're ready to keep going. So we're going to speed up step 4. So we did it slow. We turned and we jumped over. But we're going to speed it up just a little bit where we turn, then jump, turn, then jump. Okay, so turn, then jump, turn, then jump. Don't jump and turn at the same time. Okay, because if you do, you may get lucky and jump. But let's say you did this. Jump and turn at the same time. Your feet going to get stuck in the rope. And you won't be able to swing the rope behind you so you can jump over it. And then you don't want to drop your chest when jumping. You don't want to pick your knees up too high because you may not jump over and you may end up in an awkward, uncomfortable position. So stay light on your toes. You can pick your knees up a little bit, but not too much. So let's kind of speed it up just a little bit. We'll do 5 of those. Turn, then jump, turn, then jump. So let's go ahead and get ready. I'll start from the front, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn, then jump. Turn, then jump. Turn, then jump. Maybe you speed it up. Can you go a little faster? Now when you speed it up, stay light on your toes. Very light. You don't want to pick them up too high. Very light. Whenever the rope touches the ground, your toes are popping up and you're jumping over. Can you go faster? Maybe you pick it up, maybe you turn sideways. We'll do it for 10 more seconds. Whoops. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop your rope. Catch your breath. If you need to grab a drink of water, do so. Remember, jumping rope consists of a lot of cardiovascular fitness. And cardio deals with your heart and your lungs. So you will get out of breath, your heart rate will go up, but it's good for your health. So I hope you enjoyed this 4-step lesson on how to jump rope. This is my version of what helped me when I was learning how to jump rope on my own. Nobody really taught me. I kind of just tried to try little things out to see what worked for me. So if this works for you, I'm glad. If it doesn't, then you do what's best for you. But the main thing that I want to make sure that you do is stay active. So if you turned on this video, if you watched the entire thing, if you followed along with me, good for you. It is good for your health to stay as active as you can, at least 60 minutes a day. So I want you to challenge yourself at your own leisure, on your own time. Maybe it's nice outside. It's good to be outside in the sun. Challenge yourself to jump or learn how, or just take your time moving your hands with the rope, moving your body, whatever makes you happy. But stay active, and we will see you next week. Thank you for joining.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
The desire to create lives within each of us. From Grammy-winning producers and musicians, to NBA stars, to Navy admirals and Medal of Honor recipients, to internationally renowned artists and beloved local muralists, Paseo graduates have been creating their own success, their own history, their own legacy since 1926. Now it's your time. Create your future at Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Paseo.
I am Lincoln Middle.
At Lincoln Middle School, students discover their talents and passions, where teachers plant the seeds of lifelong learning.
I am Lincoln Middle.
Where excellence is nurtured. Students develop the skills to be successful in school, career, and beyond.
Je suis Lincoln Middle.
Lincoln Middle is the public school where your child will thrive and grow. Open a world of possibilities. Apply today. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Lincoln Middle.
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Miss Fears, and today we are going to be working on music symbols. This class is for 3rd through 6th grade. Today you will learn what symbols are, what the symbols are in music. Specifically, we're going to talk about the treble clef, the bass clef, the staff, and notes on the staff. You're going to need paper, something to write with, a ruler, or a straight edge. So a straight edge could be a notebook, a book, a ruler, anything that will help you make a straight line. Got it? Okay, so run and get those. Hurry. We count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You back? You ready? Awesome. Okay, here we go. First, we're going to talk about symbols. What is a symbol anyway? A symbol is an object or picture that represents something else. We use symbols all the time. They're everywhere. They're all around us. I bet you know what this symbol is. I'm going to give you a second. Did you say, da 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 da, I'm loving it? You're right, McDonald's. Absolutely. See if you can guess the rest of these symbols. I'm sure most of you know what this is, a gaming control, right? How about this? Air Jordan. Most of you are wearing that on your shoe. That's a symbol of Michael Jordan. Do you see this every day? I know I do. It's your video icon. And what about this? Pac-Man. So, excellent job. You got them all right. So you're probably wondering right now, what on earth do these symbols have to do with music? I'm so glad you asked that question. Because written music is made up of symbols. Musicians use symbols instead of words to write music. So what? Well, learning the symbols will help you read and play music. Quiz time. So, symbols are used in music to A, make music look pretty, B, write music, or C, make a design. You have 20 seconds to answer this question. I'll think about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Did you answer B, write music? Hey, you're a superstar. It's not. Anyway. Awesome job. So the first symbol we're going to talk about today is the staff. A staff is a symbol that musicians use to write music on. The staff is made of 5 lines and 4 spaces. The numbering starts from bottom to top. So if you notice on the line, all right, let me go back. Up, go back. If you notice on the line, we start with 1 at the bottom, then 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the spaces also start at the bottom with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you're going to be so surprised because, boys and girls, you have a hand staff on your body. That's right, a hand staff. What? What, Miss Fears, what? I'm telling you. Boom. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your 5 fingers can correspond to the 5 lines on the staff, and then between your fingers you actually have spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces. 5 lines and 4 spaces is the staff. So you can say to your parents, hey mom, dad, guess what? Boom! They're gonna say, what are you doing? It's the staff, mom, the staff. 5 lines, 4 spaces. Okay, remember that. Could be a quiz later. So here is the history of the staff, more or less.
I am going to write down my monk songs so others can sing them. He sweat, he toiled, he lived night and day for many years until he came up with one line with a circle on it. Yes, that's it. That circle will be my note. The line will be where I put it. Soon he realized that songs weren't fun with just one note. We are monks, monks, monks. We sleep in bunks, bunks, bunks. I need more lines. He added 4 more lines to make 5. This time, it sounded great. We are monks, monks, monks. We sleep in bunks, bunks, bunks. Thank the good Lord, I've done it! I've done it! Yippee! I did. This is amazing. Not only did he add circles to his lines and spaces, but then, and this was his master stroke, he gave the circles letter names depending where he put them on the lines. I'm going to give the circles letter names. You can be A, and you can be B, oh, and you can be C. Oh, and you're definitely a D.
Well, now you know how it all began, more or less. Now it's your turn to draw a staff. I want you to get that straight edge, your pencil, and or crayon or marker, whatever you have, and your paper, and I want you to trace or make a straight line with those. Make 5 straight lines and make sure you have space between each one. And you can even number them like my other slide. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then number the spaces, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, there are 2 symbols in music that you've probably already seen before, the treble clef and the bass clef. The treble clef is used for high notes on the staff. It's also known as the G clef. I had to do it. I know, that's just ridiculous. But at least you understand that the treble clef stands for high sounds. Now, challenge 1. I want you to make yourself into a treble clef. I don't want you to use magic, boys and girls. I want you to form your body into the treble clef. Look at how it's shaped. I know you might be a little embarrassed. Just go by yourself. I won't tell a soul. But look at how it's shaped. It kind of has a pointy part at the top. I'm going to try this because you know Miss Fears has to try it. And then it kind of curves. Now you can make yours however you want, but this is my treble clef. And remember, it uses high sounds. It is for high sounds on the staff. Treble clef, high. Treble clef, high. Don't forget, treble clef is for high sounds on the staff. So here is an example of the treble clef on the staff. Now, I want to challenge you. Challenge number 2 is you're going to draw a treble clef. So remember we made that staff a few slides ago? You're going to take that staff and you're going to start by making the letter J, a skinny J above the staff, and make sure you go below the staff and put a little ball on the end of it. Step 2, you're going to make this on top of the original one. You're going to kind of start above the staff and make the letter D, and you're going to go to the 1, 2, 3, 4th line, okay? And then you're going to continue. I think this looks kind of like the letter C. You're going to start from the 4th line and curve down to the 1st line. And then you're going to continue by going around the G. Remember we said that the treble clef was also the G clef because it surrounds the G note, and that's what this is. That second line is the G note. You're going to surround the G and touch the 3rd line, and then you're going to complete it by going a little bit past. And then you'll be done. It's pretty simple. So you can practice that a couple times. If you need to, you can pause this video and just practice. You can look at the pictures of it and practice making a treble clef. All right, quiz time. True or false, the treble clef is a symbol used for high notes on the staff. Give you 10 seconds to think about it. 3, 2, 1. That's it. True! Yes! 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 Excellent job. Excellent job. Take a bow. That was amazing. So, this is the bass clef. The bass clef is a symbol used for low notes on the staff. So remember, treble clef is high, bass clef is low. It's for the low sounds, the low instruments. Here is a picture of the bass clef on the staff. It's also called the F clef because the 2 dots that surround it, surround the line are actually, this line is actually called the F line. So that's why they call it the F clef, because these 2 dots surround it. So, more symbols. I know. I told you music is just full of symbols. The alphabet, the music alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After that, it just starts over. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you guessed it, it's a pattern. So every line and space has a name that matches a pitch on the instrument. Now this is the treble clef staff. We know that because we just learned the treble clef. And here it's starting on E. E, F, G. Remember, it only goes to G, then it starts over. A, B, C, D, E, F. So actually, I want to teach you a little song that's going to help you, hopefully, remember the lines and the spaces on the treble clef. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. E, G, B, D, F. Those are the lines of the treble clef. E, G, B, D, F. Those are the lines of the treble clef. Every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. F, A, C, E. Say those spaces now with me. F, A, C, E. Say those spaces now with me. 5 lines and 4 spaces. 5 lines and 4 spaces. 5 lines and 4 spaces. Is the staff? Is the staff? So hopefully you can go back if you want to, add a beat to that, or it's not really a beat, add rhythm to it. Go find a rap rhythm and sing that along with it, and you will learn those lines and spaces so fast. So let's look at the bass clef and the lines and spaces. They also have it starts here with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Actually, the first note is G. Then it goes to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And it also has 5 lines and 4 spaces. So now for a quiz. True or false? The bass clef is a symbol used for low notes on the staff. Got 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, what did you decide? Okay, stop. True, yes, awesome. Another name for the treble clef is the Z clef, the F clef, the G clef. Another name is the G clef, yes! So for extra practice during the week with your parents or by yourself, I want you to practice drawing the staff. Remember, it has 5 lines and 4 spaces. The treble clef, and you can even practice the bass clef. Bass clef is so easy. It's like a backward C with 2 dots. So, and then number the lines and spaces. And if you want to, practice the note names on the staff. Let's review. The staff is a music symbol that has 5 lines and 4 spaces. Each line or space has a name, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The treble clef on the staff is for high notes. Remember, treble clef, high, bass clef, low. And that concludes our lesson for today. Have a great week. See you next time.
Lincoln Middle.
At Lincoln Middle School, students discover their talents and passions, where teachers plant the seeds of lifelong learning.
I am Lincoln Middle.
Where excellence is nurtured. Students develop the skills to be successful in school, career, and beyond.
Je suis Lincoln Middle.
Lincoln Middle is the public school where your child will thrive and grow. Open a world of possibilities. Apply today. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Lincoln Middle.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Gomez and this is Rhythms in Elementary Music. Today, by the end of the day, we're going to be able to read, play, and improvise rhythms using quarter notes and eighth note pairs. Ta. Everyone, this is my friend Ta. Ta is his nickname, but his real name is Quarter Note. However, you may just call him Ta for now. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but Ta likes to jump around a lot, especially into squares, just like that. Let's count how many squares are on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job, there are 4 squares on the screen. Let's jump with Ta this time. Say Ta every time he lands on a square. Ta, 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 ta. Awesome job, everybody. Let's jump back to our first square. Look, it's our other friends, the TT twins. They are also called eighth notes. They look a little different because they're both 8 notes, so they are smaller, and 2 of them fit into 1 square. The TT twins are usually holding hands up here, but sometimes they like to be on their own. Say TT every time the TT twins jump into a square. Remember that we say TT in the same amount of time it takes for us to say Ta. T, 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 T. Good job, everyone. Let's jump back. Now we have a pattern. Let's say each of their names in order. Ta, T, T, Ta. Good job. We just did a rhythm, which is a pattern of long and short sounds. Thank you for joining us, Ta and TT. We're going to keep practicing. See you next time. All right, we're going to keep practicing, and we're going to play a song called I Like to Play the Instruments. And it sounds like this. I like to play the instruments, I play them every day. And when I play the instruments, this is what I play. I like to play the instruments, I play them every day. And when I play the instruments, this is what I play. And when I play the instruments, this is what I play. I like to play the instruments, I play them every day. And when I play the instruments, this is what I play. Like to play the instruments, I play them every day. And when I play the instruments, this is what I play. There we go. So that was improvising. What I just did was called improvising. So I followed each. I guess we're singing again. turn. Alright, so that was called improvising. I was making up rhythms as I went along. So I used my quarter notes and my eighth note pairs. So every time I played one beat, that was a quarter note. And every time I played two beats, that was an eighth note pair. Alright, so that concludes our lesson for today. Let's review what you learned. We learned ta today, which is one sound on one beat, just like one heartbeat. And TT, just like the TT twins, there had two that fit into one square or one heartbeat. Now, on your own, at home, you can improvise your own pattern. You can do this on your own at home. Just listen to a song with a steady beat and improvise your own rhythm. All right, thank you everybody. I'll see you next time.